to the dead.
Help me!
I'm not sure I can do this.
Honor your oath, or bring me back, but don't leave me like this. Something's there.
Something alive.
No. It's dangerous.
Come no closer. Who are you?
I'm a banisher. Do we kill?
Or do we part forever?
We must decide now.
Where is my mind?
I love you, Red McCraith.
Where is my mind?
Would you banish me?
I would. Then I'd kill you again for dying before I do. We are Banishers. We end suffering for those who live.
Привет всем еще раз, меня зовут Евгений, те, кто не знает, и мы продолжаем проходить игру Banishers Ghost of New Eden. Не забываем подписаться на мой канал, поставить палец вверх и нажать на колокольчик для того, чтобы не пропустить мои следующие трансляции. Я желаю всем приятного просмотра. Давайте продолжить. Так, минуточку, почему-то нету звука. Эй. Все, должно быть.
Do you have regrets? Should we have chosen differently?
Theodore's shepherds are 10 a penny. How many floras have to die before they change? Revenge is bitter and there's no justice. Not for us.
I've no idea how that must feel. I'm sorry.
I know you are. Come on, let's kill some wolves.
Так, волки там. Значит, поднимаемся.
for you. This is good. Bloody mongrel.
These wolves are alive, for now. The source isn't here. Blasted pest!
Это просто волки. Понятно.
Watch out! Spectre possession. Think you could take on a ghost? That spectre's seen a corpse and it wants it for its own.
Reinforcements!
Stop that spectre before it possesses the corpse. Poisoned. Foxglove and wolf's bane. Hunters, maybe?
If it was, they didn't know the spectres would bring their dead wolves back.
The settlers should be safe. For a while.
You feeling better?
Not really.
Enough!
Oh, they do or not.
Back down to hell!
Things look better here. Helen is working out.
Spectral traces. Something's up with Helen.
Banishers. Excuse the clatter.
I've seen worse. Good day to you, Helen.
I did not count on seeing you two again. I take it you've returned for a reason.
I've mail for the fort. The messenger didn't make it. But I'm glad to make his delivery for him.
Mail? From who?
I don't know. Family? Friends? They seem to come from outside New Eden.
Ah, from before. They could be good for morale, or they could ruin it. Well, thank you.
Running this fort on your own can be no easy task. How are things going?
Busy. I've been trying to establish a supply route with the Harrows. I believe some yet remain there. Perhaps they'll share their reserves. We could use the supplies. Strangely, my letters go unanswered.
We had a little disagreement with the governor. You may wait a little longer for your letter.
I see. New Eden is losing its selectmen. A terrible thing, of course. Still, new broom sweep cleaner and all that.
Things have been feverish round here, to say the least. Are you bearing up?
As well as can be expected.
How well is that exactly?
People are dying for no apparent reason, and this godforsaken fort dangles out over the edge of the world, cut off from everywhere. I fight so the stockade stays standing. The ship is wrecking, but I was called to be captain. I hold the wheel. So yes, Banisher, I am bearing up as well as can be expected.
You miss Sebastian.
Every waking moment. Count your blessings, Banisher, for they are fleeting.
Could his husk still be present? It will be drawn to you.
No, it could not.
Something is present. Something weighs on you.
I'm busy, Banishers. Busy means tired, that's all.
What can you tell me about a young woman by the name of Grace?
It seems you already know some of the story. It was a long time ago, but I'll do my best to fill in the gaps.
What happened to her?
As I heard it told, one day Grace just wasn't there anymore.
How was their relationship?
I believe it was stormy, as you'd expect between a commander and his disobedient daughter. I do think he loved her, but as far as anyone ever saw, he never shed a single tear for her.
Later, after he exiled her, did the captain try to find his daughter?
Not to my knowledge. He did not set off in search of her, nor did he send men. At the time, I thought it strange. Still do. I'll never understand how a man could reject his only daughter. And that my inquisitive banisher friends, is all I know about the matter.
We'll look into your spectral stones.
If you feel the need, then sure. Suit yourself.
Этот дом. Окей.
Why is an echo here? If Sebastian still lingers, it can't be.
Sebastian's mentioned on every page. These are really very good. Poor Helen.
I hunger. I fade.
What can I do? What do I do for you?
Come to me, love. Comfort me.
Don't go. All will be well. I promise. All will be well.
Helen's desire is so strong, it's constructing a new ghost. The husk sees what she wants and mirrors it.
She feeds him from her own essence. No wonder she's on edge.
Well?
I'll not waste your time, nor mine. You lied to us about Sebastian's husk. It's still here. We were clear. That is not Sebastian, and its presence will kill you.
I know that in my mind. But in my heart, it is him. I can see him, hear him, feel his presence. I know him, and he knows me. If he is not real, what is?
You are real. Every breath you take is real, and every beat of your heart. And the people here are real. Lead them. Sebastian is a husk, and without the puppeteer, the husk is paling. It clings to you still because you cling to it. Soon it will pale entirely and become a specter. This puts you and the others at great risk.
He poses no danger. He's... Very well. I visit him in the mines. You'll find him there. Take the elevator on the right to the main gallery. There's a tunnel there. You'll need this key. Do what you must, Banishers. And so will I.
Go gentle, Helen.
Failing that, go hard.
Can Helen's longing alone sustain Sebastian? Without the puppeteer, I mean.
Anything to avoid the grief. Just like us.
You're no husk.
I suppose we all do what we think we must do.
Oh there, Sebastian? He's distressed.
It is distressed.
I am the shadow of the man she loved, and yet I further fade. I don't want to hurt her. Please, tell her. Tell her I cherished her as I left.
Sebastian, are you saying you want us to lie?
Stay down.
The husk has Helen's memories no more.
They weren't even real memories. Now even his specter is gone.
I feel a draft.
From the invisible.
You want me to read it to you? Again?
As long as I can hear your voice.
I'd rather finish your portrait. At least I get to look at you.
Very well. I'll strike my best pose once more.
Cozy.
She spent a lot of time down here with her beloved husk.
What are we gonna tell Helen?
That the specter of Sebastian lost the fight with his own nature and we had to dispatch him. Or that he vanished cherishing the life he thought they'd shared. She won't enjoy either.
Do we have to lie?
Some truths are better left unspoken, and the people here need their leader.
Eyes peeled.
On your toes, Scotsman.
Piss off!
Helen made sure that Sebastian's name endures. No wonder he clings so tightly.
This requires a key.
Have you found him?
I'm sorry, Helen. We were too late. Sebastian had fully paled. He remembered nothing. Not us, not you. He was a spectre and nothing more. We banished it.
What? You did what?
The real Sebastian has been gone a very long time. You know this.
How could you? He was all I had. My love, my friend, my only friend.
I know there's nothing we can say to make things better, but you have our commiserations. If there's anything we can do, just say the word.
You've done quite enough already. I'll take a moment to myself, Banishers, if you please.
Of course. Take care, Helen.
Oh, that was dire. I know, Banisher Rule 14, don't get involved emotionally.
I hate that rule.
Then why'd you make it up?
Because you need...
Oh, there! Who's that? Who enters? Oh, thank God. Don't just stand there holding your whisk, man. Help me.
Don't panic. You're in no danger. What's your name?
I'm Cotton Peabody, and you're as foolish as you sound. You may not think it dangerous, but her ghost was here.
Aye, well, you're in luck. My name's Red McCraith, and I banish ghosts.
I've heard of you. The banisher who lived. Was it luck, boy, or was it cowardice?
What's the word around here?
No one tattles to me stuck in here. Captain came by once, worried for Andrew White. Seems the old boy screams in his sleep.
There's a lot of it about. White's a gate guard, right? What's his story?
He sees ghosts in his sleep. Maybe you need to work your magic on him. Or just push a knife in his back like you did with the captain. How do you expect? Aye. Then...
Right, soldier. Spill. What's going on exactly? You're haunted. Who's the ghost?
Nurse Wings died and now she's trying to take me too. You must help. Sir?
We heard screaming. Is that you? Did no one else answer?
None here gives two shites for their fellows. Too busy looking out for their own asses. I could die screaming in here and none would care till me corpse began to stink.
When did you last see Nurse Wings alive?
Couldn't say. Time is... tricky. She was here, then she left. Then she came back as a ghost, still holding her bastarding lancet.
Why would she want you dead?
She's a ghost. She ain't here for beer and biscuits.
He's right in a way. She is killing him.
Has your illness taken a turn for the worse?
Aye, it worsens. When she comes, I sicken. She's a better nurse living, I tell you that.
Where does her ghost go, you think?
She comes and goes through a locked door. After that, not a clue.
Is there a key? Or another way in?
Perhaps. This was the blockhouse upon a time. There was a passage out. Through the westernmost tower. I had a key. Search my things in the barracks if they haven't been plundered. Might still be there.
Right, well, I'll look into things. You stay here.
There in shite you expect I'll go. You stay here. Go on then, cheeky bastard.
Let me take a look behind that door. The place is heavily stained and something
It's locked, all right. Where'd you get the flowers, Mr. Peabody?
It's her. She brings them.
This should be enough. Let's return to Kate. The nurse, kind and caring, comes back as a vengeful ghost.
It happens, but in this case I doubt it.
Peabody may be lying, or at least spinning the story to his advantage. All right, here we go. All right, we have what we came for. Why would she up and leave like that?
And why has she not come back?
Maybe she had an accident.
Perhaps her office may give up a clue. Here's our tower.
Found it. My thanks. Newcomers. Forgive me, sir. Pardon me, madam. Welcome to the infirmary. What seems to be the trouble?
We'll get to that, Nurse Wings.
You know my name? Have we met?
Not as such. I'm Anteya Duarте. This is Red McWraith.
A pleasure to meet you both. Now, if you don't mind, I'm a little busy with my patient. How can I help you?
Do you know what a banisher is?
I believe, if I understand correctly, that a banisher hunts ghosts. Why?
Good. Now, do you have any idea why we banishers might be here today?
I absolutely do not.
You and I are very much alike, Nurse Wings, don't you think?
Are we? How so?
I'm a ghost, Nurse Wings. And so are you.
Are you sure you're well, Miss Duarte? You sound feverish. Perhaps you need to lie down and rest?
I don't rest, Nurse Wings. Sound familiar?
She won't be told. We'll have to prove it to her.
If you need it, I may still have some vervain. You let me know.
Goodbye, Nurse Wings. For now.
I'll be here, as ever.
Aye. That's the problem.
She won't listen. We must find proof.
Poor Nurse Wings is losing her grip. She neither sleeps nor eats, but doesn't question it.
She gets her sustenance elsewhere now. How about a chant to reveal the past? There's an echo here, but we need the tie.
Our denial runs deep and Peabody sickens. Our journal spoke of a clifftop hideaway. A cozy wee pub then.
Right. Let's go for a walk. Anne's medics remind me of my mother's. The oils and ointments, infusions and concoctions.
I bet she knew her business.
She treated the men the slavers worked to death in the fields. Though she had little money, she was very famous. That's what saved her. I think we found her. There's an echo. We better stop.
How long has she been here?
No more than a few days.
Here's the key to the infirmary. Toki mi indrasta, skal nymphalis. I see no journal.
It may have slid from her fingers and fallen.
Let's retrieve it.
Lantern, rifle, now! Divert your focus. The veil shields this one. Think you could take on a ghost? This could be a good spot to cross.
Who there, corrupted weeds?
This isn't over yet. I'd dodge that if I were you.
This bite's not easily chewed.
Off we go then. This looks like the place. Let's find the journal.
She knew something was wrong.
Yet now that she has died, her ghost denies it.
She was a healer. Perhaps dedication binds her.
Her dedication, her patience. Scarcely deserve spectral remains. Proof of a spirit's passage. Watch out! Spectre possession!
There's more of.
There's an angry spectre nearby. Summon it before it ambushes us.
Unveil yourself.
Это не то. Не то. Просто не то.
Present yourself!
Can I join in too?
Батарейка разрядилась.
Get back up!
Watch out! Spectre possession. Call on me.
I'm a bit.
Did we miss a few?
You can scream all you want, it's going down. Bust!
Join in too?
Did you feel that?
It's close.
Anne reminds me of Moore Mackenzie. We hid in her house when we were running from the English. She washed our wounds and sang as we buried the dead. Never stopped smiling.
I like her already.
They burned the house down with her inside.
I'm sorry.
Maybe Moore still haunts the ruins, waiting for the next poor wounded soul. Reunius vat aster himi.
Hold still.
Get your filthy hands off me!
That's enough, Mr. Peabody.
Get off me, you evil old frigate!
In his temper, Cotton Peabody gave Anne Wings the disease that killed her.
Oh, still here, are you? What new comedy do you two bring me now?
Remember on the cliff top when you closed your eyes and it felt like you slept for a very long time?
Have you been spying on me?
Remember how when you awoke, you felt lost and distant? How you could not remember who you were? How slowly you came back to yourself? How something drove you to it? Something that felt more important than anything you had ever felt?
No. Yes. My patient needed me. I knew it from my head to my heart.
That's it. That's why you stayed. That's what keeps you here.
My dear, the desire to help my patients means only one thing. It means I'm a nurse.
Cotton Peabody's health concerns you greatly, true?
I'm a very good nurse.
How long is it since last you slept? How long since last you ate?
Well, I have been very busy.
You're tired but cannot sleep. You're hungry but can't face eating. Time to face the truth.
No, it's just... I'm tired. I forget things. I forget to stop working.
Your memory is fading.
It is not. At least, I don't think it is.
Once you kept meticulous records. Now your notes, if you keep them at all, are chaotic.
It's just that I'm all alone. No one to talk with. No one to share a laugh with. I've gone a little potty.
I think you know what he needs. I think you know his remedy.
He must have wintergreen. Fresh oil, decocted, then used as a salve.
Yet, though you treat him, his condition worsens. You must have noticed.
To maintain the illusion of life, you feed upon his essence. Even as you tend to him, you leech his life away.
No. No.
Nurse Wings. Anne. You're dead. Just like Anteya You've convinced yourself you're still alive, but you are not.
But if Mr. Peabody withers by my presence, then why does your woman not wither you?
I would, but I take my strength from other people.
My God! I could never do that!
Then the longer you stay to treat your patient, the quicker he will die.
No. No!
Hold there, Nurse Wings! Anne! I can help you. Let me help you.
She's heading back to where her body lies.
Anne, are you there?
If I take another step, if I fall, I won't die.
No, you won't die.
All I wish was to save a soul. Just one soul at a time. God.
It's time we put an end to this.
The devotion of poor Anne Wings, who even dead, kept on caring.
No. Her ghost hungers for essence and calls it caring.
You must get well. 'Tis all I want. But by staying, I've been doing you harm. For that, I beg your forgiveness. Oh, Mr. McWraith.
Peabody, we must talk.
This sounds ominous. Where lies the problem?
Anne Wings had the grip. She packed up and left so she'd not pass on the infection. Part of her must have known she'd not make it.
I did not know. I could not have known.
How could you indeed, with your head so far up your own behind?
She had a cough. Just a cough. I couldn't have known it would kill her.
Well, kill her it did. You're the one who made her sick. The day you spat on Anne Wings, you gave her your disease.
I never spat on... No. Wait. I did. She was at me with the lancet. The pain gave me a wee touch of fury, just for a moment. I gulped without thinking.
You knew you were infectious. You wished to harm her. 'Twas an attack. So, Nurse Wings died trying to heal you. You believe her ghost returns to harm you. Interesting. Well, all good things, they say, come to an end. I'll miss our little chance. Cotton Peabody, your vulgar, disrespectful lack of manners provoked your nurse's death. And yet, even dead, she remains devoted to nursing you back to health.
I'm not afraid of you, you rebel Scottish scumbucket. You'll not be the judge of me.
Even dead, she tries to save you. But you, sir, spit on her grave.
She's dead. Fix it, banish her. Clean up the mess and banish her.
In any infection, there is, as they say, more than one way to draw the poison out.
Lying, cheating bastard, Banisher. You are
clever, as long as no one finds the depot.
Suppose we could check on it.
A ghost damaged the sign. Ingersoll General Stores must live on. Someone's fighting for a cause.
Nathaniel Sather didn't seem the type. The store does, though. Shall we?
Oh, my good sir. Welcome. How can I help you?
Good day to you. I see you've dropped your prices.
Mr. McCraith, may I help you?
What seems to be the trouble?
I'm sure this sounds silly, but I am an educated man, sir, and when I say this shop is haunted, I say it in all seriousness. We've had unexplained pilfering, though that has stopped since the widow Ingersoll ran away with the cash box. But I hear noises. I'm alone here now, you see. After the horrors this fort endured, could one of these monstrosities be hiding away in the store?
Right. That's a lot. Let me ask a few questions. See if we can sort this out.
Of course. Beg pardon.
You say the widow took her own cash box and fled. Why would she do that?
A moment of madness, sir. Or so I can only surmise.
Did you see her go?
I did. And not just that, I heard a commotion. As if her quarters were being ransacked. I confronted the thief, but it was she herself. She yelled at me, shoved me aside and fled. I picked myself up and went to follow, but she was gone.
I should have a look in her quarters, so... You mentioned a problem with pilfering. What's that about?
Bathsheba noticed it first. Cases would go missing. Oil, sugar of all things, spoons.
Do you have a suspect? Any idea where the stolen goods might be?
Not a one, sir, not a one. And if I'm to be honest, I don't care. If they've stolen it, it's because they need it. Apart from the sugar. And apart from the spoons. No one needs that many spoons. Bathsheba said she'd look into it, and I was happy to let her.
Whose ghost haunts you, do you think? Any enemies? Lost loved ones, perhaps?
I'm well liked, and I've no enemies here. Not since Bathsheba took the cash box and fled. But I'd hardly call her an enemy.
Bathsheba. The eponymous Mrs. Ingersoll, I believe.
The widow Ingersoll, up to split her hair. We've had someone thieving our merchandise. The ghost is the final straw.
To solve your haunting, I must investigate the store. Bathsheba's lodgings too. I'd like to do so with your permission. May I have it?
For the store, of course. For Bathsheba's lodgings. Well, not for me to say. Do what you have to do, and if she finds out, it won't be from me.
I feel a draft.
From the invisible.
It's signed NS, as in Nathaniel.
From whom does he expect a payment and why?
This Thomas must be a good friend indeed. Nathaniel is desperate to see him.
What a mess. Bathsheba left in a hurry.
Anyone home? I'm Red McCraith, the Banisher. Show yourself.
I think we're alone.
The takings are thin indeed. Wouldn't make me want to stay.
Who does Duchess Muck think she is? Taking my wares, taking my business, taking my dignity. To hell with her. To hell with Helen Priest. I'll leg it to Boston before I let her take what's mine.
When Helen threatened to take her business, the widow ran away.
Prudent. I can't say I blame her.
We found all we could. Might be time to go after our thief.
Mrs. Ingersoll took a cart. Maybe you could follow her tracks.
Not a bad idea, Mr. Sather. Not a bad idea at all. Do you think perhaps the late Mr. Ingersoll may haunt his old store?
Back to save his wife, and with it his store. Perhaps. I doubt it.
Bathsheba must have had motivation to flee in snow like this.
Or desperation. The tracks veer to the right.
One less to worry about. Stay put.
Spectre, going for a meat suit.
Down, boy.
The missing cart. Abandoned. The wheel is stuck.
Empty cash box. The widow Ingersoll's, no doubt. Novices really have no idea how many miles a banisher runs to solve a case.
I once met Nero Fox, the infamous banisher who solved all his cases from the comfort of his armchair.
I should have become his apprentice.
Thing is, His apprentice was the one that went into the field for him.
A trail of blood. I don't like that.
The tracks continue this way.
I think Bathsheba was injured.
Looks that way. What with the blood and torn clothing and all.
What is lurking here?
Time to work, Banisher. There's blood here. Possession incoming. You're within gun range, friend. What do we have here?
A chest. Looks untouched.
A useful acquisition.
The tracks lead into this cave. Must have been really desperate.
Now the past is mine to see.
Go away, beasts! Ah, off with you! Ah! That's mine! Come back!
Eaten alive. Hope it was quick.
The wolf took a purse. We should find it.
Bloody mongrel! Bloody mongrel! Let's search the den. But with a wing or so, we'll never again see Boston. Spectre nearby. Big one. I'll summon it now.
Now step from the shadows.
Focus, Red.
Reveal yourself!
Where do you think you're going? You shouldn't stay in there.
See we shite, aren't you?
Move it! Where do you think you're going?
Solo.
I have another in sight.
Bloody bots.
Now the fight's getting interesting.
Widow Ingersoll.
Move it, Red!
Have some of that!
Here's the belt. The purse is with it.
Keys. Widow Ingersoll's, I don't doubt.
I've seen this symbol in the mines below Fort Jericho.
Why would she have keys to the mines?
Mines. You want to take a look, don't you?
shelter with a damp and itchy straw bed. Just how I like it.
Piss off!
I have another in sight. Standing by. Watch out! Spectre position.
It's bloody dark in here. Here we are. find the symbol. Someone's been here already. Looks like Helen found Mrs. Ingersoll's stash. Oil, sugar, salt. Isn't this Nathaniel Sather's stolen merchandise?
Yes, it is.
Rifle, now!
Hey, shite toughened up.
Heads up!
A ledger for Ingersoll's store. Same dates, but with much higher figures.
2 different ledgers, one of which was locked inside a chest. I think I understand. She stole her own merchandise and hid it in the mines. Then she hid the accounts that would expose her lie. Why would she do that?
The store and Nathaniel are all she has. She doesn't want to lose them. And Nathaniel can't leave for Boston without his money. Nathaniel broke his promise and doesn't regret it.
Skinned, he betrayed Mrs. Ingersoll for a couple of Helen Priest's coins. We should go back to her.
Excuse me.
Mrs. Ingersoll. That you?
I think so, Mr. McWraith. I think so.
I don't blame you for feeling disconcerted, Mrs. Ingersoll.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
You don't. But you should. Bathsheba Ingersoll, meet Anteya Duarte, the Banisher.
What are you doing here?
You came to my store. Then you've met Nathaniel. Would you give him a message from me? Tell him he must stay. He made a promise. He must honor it.
So, you haunt Nathaniel. But he told us you stole your own cash box. Why?
Priest took my stock. All I had left was the money. I thought I'd start again somewhere else. Boston. Where it all began.
This isn't what you had in mind, eh?
I have business yet. You'll see.
I'll ask you some questions, if you don't mind. Where are you from?
Boston, originally. Now I'm from New Eden. You?
Cuba, originally. Now I'm from everywhere and nowhere. Was it in Boston where you met your husband?
It was. I went into his shop one day and there he was. And you? Did you meet Mr. McWraith in Cuba?
God, no. We met in London. We met through work.
Yes. It happens. Or so I've heard.
What are you to Nathaniel? Where did you meet?
One day, an orphan boy came to our store in Boston hoping to learn the trade. He had this idea that he would sell hats. Everyone needs hats, he'd say. We gave him a job. He's been with us ever since. He's my barker, my salesman. He's born to it. He writes well, too. You should read the letters he sends to his friend, Thomas, in Boston.
Tell me more about Thomas.
He and Nathaniel are very close. Natty writes at least once a month. Were you married, Mistress Duarte? There was a time when I would have judged you if you were not. Now I know better. Love is love, whichever way it comes to you. Natty loves Thomas as well as any man ever loved a woman. Maybe better. What do you think of that?
I don't disagree, but sometimes love demands terrible sacrifice. We found some merchandise stashed away. Oil, sugar, some, spoons. We suspect it was stolen. Is it yours?
I believe it is. Or at least it was.
Helen Priest lays claim to it, for the company.
And how does Helen Priest know about it? Because Nathaniel told her. He broke my confidence. He broke my heart. For the sake of his return to Boston and a life of ease, he'll trample the legacy of those who made him. He betrayed us. I knew what he was up to. That is why I ran. And because I ran, I died.
We'll be off then. We'll be in touch.
Then I'll await your return. Or not.
May we talk, Mr. Sather?
I'd like nothing more. How can I be of service?
We must talk about the widow's accounts. They're meagre enough.
You surprise me, sir. And by that I mean you do not surprise me in the least. If the coffer was full, I'd be halfway to Boston by now.
Is that why you're selling your stock cheap?
Everything must go, sir. Or I'll not carry this junk back to Boston and the coin will pay my way.
Bathsheba kept the money she owes you. And now you're stuck here. Boston no more than a memory.
That's it, exactly. Now you understand the urgency.
I've but good news for you. I found Bathsheba's body. The wolves got her.
Oh no. Poor widow Ingersoll. I so dearly wish she'd made it safely to Boston. Did you find the cash box?
I found something else. The note. You told Priest exactly where to find the merchandise that Mrs. Ingersoll had hidden in the mines.
Ah. Now, I have a number of excuses, but I get the feeling you won't be interested in any of them. Nor, to be honest, am I. I did the right thing. Followed Bathsheba to her hiding place, and then I told Mrs. Priest where to find it. The stock will keep people alive. Now is no time for commerce.
You lied to your employer. Did she deserve it?
Listen, Bathsheba no longer knew what she was doing. She lived in the past, while we live in the present, and the future comes charging towards us. She wallows in grief, to the detriment of her friends and neighbours. She wouldn't give up the goods, so I gave them up for her.
All right. It's time.
I hear you, Mr. Sather. But I'd like to hear Widow Ingersoll's thoughts on the matter too. Wouldn't you?
Dear Lord, what are you?
Worry not, Nathaniel. This is the ghost that haunts the store. Bathsheba Ingersoll.
Back to tell me one more time that you're not going to pay me?
That money is my husband's legacy, and I shall decide what's to be done with it.
The money is mine. I earned it. All those years, I stood by my promise, but you did not. You lied about the books. You cheated me.
I? A cheat? You swore to my husband on his deathbed that the store would go on. You swore an oath to a dying man, and then you broke it.
I swore to help you with your grief. To keep running the store while you mourned. But you did not mourn. Instead, you poured your heart into his business. You won't let it go. You won't let him go. I can give you no more time. I have a life to live. Your dead husband does not. You must let me go.
By renouncing his business, you bury my husband a second time. Ingersoll's name will die because of you.
It's time to end this. Nathaniel Sather, you broke a promise to a dying man. The man who gave you everything. It brought the angry ghost of his widow back to haunt you.
What's this? What are you doing?
Someone has to pay the piper. May as well be you.
I, the shop boy, have paid the Banishers' bill.
Is this a treasure map? It's badly faded, but I see a word. Curse.
A cursed treasure map. Or at least a map to cursed treasure. A map which we will, of course, be following.
Well, I do love a treasure hunt.
Is that Joshua?
Think you could take on a ghost? Spectral fire inbound. Aim at that lantern.
His ghost is pale.
Unavoidable, really.
Perhaps we'll find his spectre at the memorial. Well,
You're in its sights, Red.
try this on for Sam.
We should go to Joshua's grave to end this.
Bloody mongrel!
The treasure is here somewhere.
Sincerely.
Away with you! do I get the feeling this ducks?
I think we're on the right trail.
I believe we found our treasure.
That's a lot of corpses.
What did you expect? The treasure map had curse written on it.
I have another in sight.
I believe that's all of them. But I'd lift the curse before we open the chest.
Let me have a look at it. Looking at this is giving me the willies. Is it cursed?
Something has me. Wards.
I feel like a bloody target practice. Have some of this. Try this on.
Missed me?
Always. More efficient than cannon powder. That's a void breach, all right. Should we jump in?
Snap out of it! Think you could take on a ghost?
Take that to your face.
Did we miss a few?
On your feet, Scotsman.
Think you could take on a ghost?
Thank me later.
3 miles for launch to continue. The weather officer is going to continue monitoring this cloud and will continue.
I'm right here, you know.
Releasing this thing.
Time to release these poor souls. Quicken yourself.
Piss off. Unclean spirit, be gone. I've brought you medical supplies from Fort Jericho.
Really? Thank you. I can't tell you how much we need them.
Glad I could help. Thank you for your time. Farewell, Kate Newsmith.
A goodbye to you too, Red McWraith. And whatever it is you seek, may you find it.
Symbols. The hut may be near. I sense magic. Could Seeker be here?
Faded with age. Ought to know what it was for.
This can't be a coincidence. Could Grace be Seeker? Dusty. Seeker hasn't been here for a long time.
Anyone home? Fine wardrobe for a youngster.
They're rags.
And they won't help us find her. Aye. Deborah knew about this place.
Focus on the matter at hand, Red.
I am.
More demonology. Unusual for a witch. These two schools of magic don't usually see eye to eye. Perhaps Lammy could help us with the spell.
Quite the fall from grace.
That's not funny, and neither is this.
Aye, fair enough.
Same circle as the one on the entrance. But I don't know the symbol. I don't know it, but I think Lammy might. Seeker drew this. Now we know she's in the mountains. In the mountains, behind a magic door. And the circle is, somehow, the key. We did well to come here. Now we know where she's hiding. Soon we'll be able to use the pond. All we need is the key to the dissimulation spell. And Lammy Haskell will help us with that.
Sure.
Whatever it is, out with it.
Now what I say is worth listening to.
Only when it doesn't slow us down.
You're in an awful hurry. We need to get this right. We cannot afford to fail.
We won't fail if you stop dragging your feet. No governor, no meeting house. And it seems, no faith.
People here could use a hand. Could offer mine.
You could.
Red! Antея! You have timed your arrival to perfection. My speech is almost done, and by almost done, I mean 'tis almost written. I need an ending, a high note on which to finish. I was thinking of talking about you. Would you permit it?
Does your speech to your people. Trust yourself. Do what you think's best.
This comes to you so easily. Were you always so eloquent?
Well, I've led men to war. And fearful men need words of courage.
Well put. I shall take it as inspiration as I return to my writing. With the added spice of your profound wisdom, I have faith that this speech will bring much succour to the company. Oh, what remains of it?
We found a page ripped from a book. Here, do you recognize it?
Let me see. Is this from the Trismegistus riddles? Yes, it seems to be. Why would you bring me one mildewed page from an amusing but harmless little book?
Why would you fail to disclose that you'd given another ritual to another friend?
It was a long time ago. I said after Caleb I'd distribute no more rituals, and that's what I've done. Not done.
We know. But we're looking for Grace Pennington now, and we were hoping you'd help us find her.
Who?
Really, boy?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mistress Антея. You said Grace's name, and it is my reflex to protect her.
Ever heard of someone named Seeker?
Seeker? No. Sounds like a title, like my true pursuer. This Seeker... Is she Grace? Is she alive? Do you know where she is?
We think she's Grace. We hope she's still alive. We're trying to find her.
We think she's hidden herself away behind your dissimulation spell.
Then you'll need to unravel it. Shouldn't be too difficult once you're armed with the salient facts.
When was the last time you saw Grace Pennington?
It had to be a few days after I brought her the cloaking ritual. When I returned to visit, the hut had disappeared. Which makes sense now that I think of it.
That's it? You never again tried to find your best friend, your only friend.
Well, you see, some weeks later the first whispers of witchcraft started to fly about town. I kept my head down and Grace was better off out of it. I was right. And I'm glad she escaped. Strange to think of her again after so long.
How does the ritual work?
It creates illusions so effective that they deceive even the keenest eye. There are more effective cloaking spells, but the Trismegistus riddles do have a simple elegance.
The short version, please, ending with how we break it.
Yes, of course. To achieve that, all you need is the caster's full name and the symbol used to make fast the illusion.
Grace Pennington and a triangle pointing downwards.
Well then, now all you need is a simple counterspell from the same book and... Oh my.
What now?
I'm afraid I left my copy in the Araloo. In the void.
That's just great. Just great.
Yes, but in my defense, once you've retrieved the book, dispelling Grace's illusion will be like a walk in the park. Comparatively speaking.
Thank you for your help.
Could you tell Grace that I'm still her friend? I'd be glad to see her again.
Once we found her, we'll be glad to tell her. Go on then. Talk to me. Don't hold back.
You act as though all is well, as though I had not died. I'm dead, and I'm not all right. I'm not all right at all, but you pretend not to see it. That makes me angry, and it makes me sad.
I never wanted that.
I know, but it still felt that way. So they really intend to leave.
I wonder where the tide will take them. Spectres at the beach. Well, in the Harrows.
Don't let it crush you.
I see no more spectres. Folk may fish once more.
Well, while we're here, let's retrieve what we can.
The incarnate is hidden away here. Stains bar the path. After you, dear.
Can't get enough of my backside, can you? Who there, corrupted weeds? Teamwork. Look, I couldn't talk about it.
Couldn't talk about what?
You accused me of pretending not to see that you're dead.
That's how I feel, Red. You have to accept it.
I couldn't face your death. I admit that. Your death left me desolate. I knew in my heart that it should have been me. Then you came back. I snatched at the chance to undo what had been done. I don't wish to deny your pain. I'm just trying to deal with mine.
Wow. That's... I hadn't thought of it that way. Thank you for your honesty. This isn't over yet.
Our book isn't here.
Our book might be up there.
I might need some help.
I might be able to give it.
Well, this looks like Lammy's stuff. Only more scattered.
Even with the void shifting, the book should be around here somewhere.
Got it. That seemed a little too easy.
We have the symbol we need. Let's go back to the mountain and find her hiding place.
Did you hear that?
First things first, Red.
I'll get you eventually. Enough! The damn crows! Where'd you go, you wee bastard? Get back up! There's more of them.
This is it. Seeker is behind this wall. Let the veil of unknowing be lifted. Let us see through the eyes of Grace Pennington.
Ceridian?
You're surprisingly slow, even for a banisher. You're late. Or early.
At last we find you.
Missed me that much, did you? You could have hurried. You always think you have more time, and suddenly you don't.
It wasn't in vain. We have come far and learned much.
I hope so. But don't think you have it all figured out. You're still banishers, after all.
We are indeed, Grace.
So, you know.
I know you're Pennington's daughter. Still, can I see the family resemblance?
In the end, neither could he.
It must have hurt.
Does it matter now? The captain is no more, and till the end, so was his daughter. I defied him. I sought forbidden knowledge and stepped beyond the boundaries. At the end of that most painful of journeys, Grace was dead, and Seeker was born. Yes, it hurt, but it was worth it. I accept it now. I accept it all. Ceridian has left a hollow, and I am called to fill it. I accept. I am ready for my role in this world. Are you ready for yours?
You learned magic by yourself?
Not really. Not at all. First, Lammy Haskell's forbidden books told me that magic was real. They say you must look out for the quiet kids. And that was me and Lammy. Reading those books opened my eyes to worlds of wonder. But I did not learn witchcraft until Ceridian found me. Lammy showed me the view from the prison window, but my mistress walked me right out the door.
Lammy was relieved to hear you're well.
He talked about paying you a visit.
When I was exiled, he was the only one who'd help. Sweet boy. But now is not the time for visitors. Later, perhaps. Later, when you have lifted the curse.
The boy will be disappointed. He has a thing for witchery.
We looked for you everywhere. Why did you leave the Maya marshes?
I needed time, silence, my own space.
Hidden away behind Lammy Haskell's dissimulation spell.
Oh, you know about that. It held a full 7 years. Isn't that impressive? This is the place where I embrace solitude. This is where I made it a strength.
As a child, I hated being alone. It left me vulnerable to a deceptive creature.
To have the gift with neither mastery nor guidance can be very dangerous.
By the time I was able to banish my supposed friend, I had come within a whisper of losing my entire family.
To vanquish such an insidious spirit alone, you were either very lucky or immensely talented.
In the void, I felt as if it were there. I felt it call to me.
Perhaps it was. But chase the fear from your heart, for you are stronger now, Anteya Duarte, and you are no longer alone.
The time has come for us to go back to New Eden and face the nightmare.
Yes. Balance must be restored. You must face your fate and end the curse.
Ceridian said the only way back was through the void. But the pond seems broken. We need your help.
Of course you do.
We're listening.
Remember Ceridian's words. If you were to defeat the nightmare, your hearts must be open to each other. No barriers. Your bond must be strong.
We've never been stronger.
This void breach is not like the others. This one leaks. This one sits at the rotten core of the entire region. You must leave whatever still burns in your hearts at the threshold. If you don't, the void will kill you.
Do you know where in New Eden Town the void shall lead us?
The trick is to focus on your happiest memories and let them take you there. At least that's how it's always worked for me.
We'll try.
And when at last you succeed, I too shall return to New Eden Town. I shall see you there.
And with that, we'll take our leave.
Bring peace to this troubled land and your troubled hearts, my friends. I know it's not easy to hear, especially when it's me saying it.
On the contrary.
Thank you, Seeker. We'll do our best.
I like your new place a lot better than the old one.
I was a different person then.
This will be useful.
She's the custodian now. May she have all the wisdom of her mentor and more.
I wish I'd have the wisdom of mine.
You're not as stupid as you sound. You'll be fine.
What do you want? More to the point, what do you need?
Seeker?
Milady?
We found a cursed object.
Did you use Fear God's ritual on it?
This curse seems different, stronger somehow. We were hoping you could help.
A curse could mean different things, depending. What do you think happened?
An entity took over a woman's ghost, or perhaps mimicked her so to torture her grieving husband. The mirror had belonged to a couple who died, violently. Red and I both felt its influence.
What became of the husband?
He didn't make it.
Chalk one up to the cursed mirror then.
What could the entity be? We've linked it to the void. It was sharp, perceptive. highly manipulative.
It came from the void. Who cares what it is? Don't trifle with it. Send the bloody thing back.
What do you think we should do with it?
3 possibilities come to mind. Hair from someone who's escaped this entity's grasp. Soil from the breach through which it crawled out of the void. And the roots from a tree that has seen 5,000 moons. None is powerful enough by itself, but all 3 things combined shall serve the trick.
Hair? As in, all of it?
If you don't wish to scalp its owner, a lock should suffice.
That's good news. The void? Again?
Funny thing, the closer to the breach the soil lay, the more likely your ritual is to succeed.
You know this place better than we do. So where to find such a tree?
In the dark woods stands a great and crooked tree. It's surely the oldest living thing in the whole of New Eden. I'd go there.
Thank you. Really.
Do you know Lammy Haskell? What can you tell me about him?
I remember him well. A strange little boy. Quiet. Bright, though. Not like his father in either respect.
You remember him better than you remember the others.
Yeah, well... You notice the strange kids when you're a strange kid yourself.
We'll be going. Hope to talk again soon.
Sure.
Ready to cross that breach?
Так, ребята, здесь мы останавливаемся. Наверное, завтра будет финал. Так что я с вами прощаюсь. До завтра. Всем пока-пока.